Hi everyone and welcome to Greenmonk TV. My guest on the show today is Ken Bisconti. Ken is with IBM and Ken is the Vice President, Product and Strategy for the Enterprise Content Management Division. Ken, Enterprise Content Management, that's basically all the kind of the papery stuff, all the content that companies create over their lifetime. Is that correct?
Yeah, enterprise content management refers to the management of unstructured content, which comprises about 80% of the world's business information today. It's everything from email and scanned documents to compound document management and now archiving, content analytics, records management, and even case management business processes. It's a wide variety of technology with origins back to days of imaging and paper capture.
Okay. Now, I remember back in the 80s, people were talking about the onset of the paperless office, and yet, you know, here we are 20-some years later, and still there seems to be as much paper as ever. What's going on? Why aren't we getting rid of paper?
So, while about 90% of the world's content is created digitally, we still find that about half of business information is still sitting in paper today. Much of that is due to the fact that there are business transactions and business-to-business communication that happens in paper, and from consumers to banks and from agents to claimants and others, there's a lot of paper traffic that still exists in the world, especially when you think about transactions and legal requirements around signatures across many different country jurisdictions, etc.
There is a definite move now towards paper, away from paper, I should say, that we're starting to see. Why is that? What are the advantages of digital over paper? I mean, paper has worked fine for years.
It's a great question. I think that we're now at a point where, due to the decreased costs of digital storage and improvements in technology, we're at a point where just the simple storage and retrieval and discovery processes around paper-based business content is not. It is much more cost-effective now to take advantage of digital capture. We at IBM have an effort we call No Paperweight, which is very focused on helping customers understand the cost of ownership improvements by digitizing their paper records management, digitizing and automating paper-based business processes, and also using those technologies for not only records management and retention, but also e-discovery and legal review as well.
Are there other advantages? I mean, I can think of environmental advantages, for instance. What other kinds of advantages might there be?
Sure. There are certainly environmental advantages. We've got, I can think of a recent example in one of the county governments in Southern California where, just one simple business process saved them about 1,200 pounds of paper every day by digitizing that business process. So certainly there are environmental benefits and green benefits to the digitization of paper-based business processes and paper records. But in addition to that, there are very hard cost savings that customers are able to take advantage of. Often it's pretty obvious, and our customers simply need some assistance in making the cost justification and also understanding how and the best practices to implement some of these policies. With the digitization of paper, you have the advantages of using security technologies like encryption and access control to secure who's retrieving and interacting with content that is being stored and managed and part of the business process. And naturally, with any digitization and digital storage of information, you have the ability to take advantage of disaster recovery and availability technologies such as clustering and offline storage. So there are tremendous advantages in security and and reliability and availability, not just the cost savings of storage.
And you guys made an announcement in October about your Smart Archive initiative. What was that about?
We did. In October, we announced a cross-IBM initiative we call Smart Archive. It is focused on a very holistic view of information lifecycle management and information lifecycle governance. The basic concept is that we want to provide our customers a consistent way to collect and archive both structured and unstructured content. This ranges from structured information like application archives or application data sets from ERP systems like SAP and Oracle, using some of our Optum technology as an example. It includes email and paper capture and collaborative content from Lotus and SharePoint, chat transcripts, faxes, etc. All one consistent way that we can collect and archive that content. We also provide the ability to classify that content based on rules or manual classification or even an advanced automatic classification technology which uses natural language linguistic analysis to help identify business content versus non-business content. We also combine that optionally with records management software and e-discovery collection and review technology. This is possible using our ECM software, and one of the components of the Smart Archive strategy is the introduction of new delivery methods. We're introducing a new appliance-based delivery method we call the IBM Information Archive. That will be delivered in the first half of 2010. And through our Global Technology Services team, we're also going to provide these same capabilities in a smart cloud offering, an Information Archive cloud service, which also will be available in the first half of 2010. I know one recent large retail bank we had in California, a 10,000 plus employee bank with 300 plus branches. They had a single investment in this space that had over 260% returns, and I think their payback was in less than 9 months on the overall early investment. They invested maybe $3 to $3.5 million and had returns over a few years of over 30 plus million.
Okay, with any of these new technologies, Ken, you're always going to see some verticals going for it gung-ho and others being a bit more reticent. Are you seeing that in this as well?
In this context, we tend to find our traditional interest has been in financial services related industries, retail banking, insurance. We've also found that there's been tremendous interest in public sector environments, local and state governments, federal and country level governments. We've also seen energy and utilities, telecommunications, even retail and manufacturing. But I think that it would be fair to say that traditionally a lot of the interest has existed around financial services, government, and energy and utility firms.
So if a company is looking at this and maybe interested in trying to see, is it for them, would they save money? Do you have any kind of a way someone kind of can model to see if they can save money doing this?
We do. As I said earlier, we have a program we call No Paperweight, which I'll provide you the URL. And you could always search for IBM ECM on anywhere in the internet, and you'll be directed to our content, which can also guide you to the No Paperweight initiative, where you'll find ROI calculators and white papers, even including case studies of other organizations that have done this before, how they've justified it, and some of the fantastic returns that they've gotten from these investments.
Super. Ken, that's been fantastic. Thanks a million for coming on the show.
My pleasure, Tom. Thank you.